Hi all, welcome to Beanie Composter. Now today we've got a big job going on in the garden, which is cutting or trimming down some of this plum tree. Now, believe it or not, we bought a set of what were patio dwarf trees probably about 15 years ago now, and we got the plum here, we got a pear and an apple tree, and they were all sort of advertised as being in pots, and you could keep them on the patio. They'd stay quite small. They had dwarf rootstock on them, and I thought ideal for a small garden. When we actually moved to this house, we decided to take them out of the pots and plant them into the actual, main soil in the borders. And this plum one is just, well, if we show you in a minute, it's nearly overtaken the street lamp outside, so definitely needs a trim down. We'll show you the pear and the apple because that coincide with what we're doing with the hot bin as well at the moment. But for today, we're going to be showing you whether I butcher or save this plum tree. So the pear tree is the only one that actually has stayed true to the advert, which was a small compact tree, and this one still is nice and compact. We haven't really done a lot to this. Each year it gives us quite a few nice pears. This year we've got a few on there that have, looking quite nice, a good size, not as packed as the previous year, but we're still getting a few fruits on there. But like I say, this one always gives us nice blossom and has stayed a nice size for the garden. The apple tree, on the other hand, well, you can see for yourself, it's just overfilling the garden, and that also needs a bit of a trim. Mrs. B has taken a few branches off. She's trimmed down the apples, but we've still got tons and tons. And for the hot bin, we're also getting apples galore. Each morning we come out here, there's a few on the floor, and Mrs. B is just collecting them like a frenzy at the moment. But this also needs a bit of a trim down. None of this is going to go to waste. It will all go in your hot bin as bulking agent, or just the apples will just go in as normal waste. So with the apple tree, we will be trimming that at some point, but we've done a bit of research on the plum tree, and we know we need to trim that during the summertime. And really this year it's been covered with whitefly, which literally covered the whole garden, and so we just want to compact it down, give it a bit more shape, and it's also sort of protruding into the main sort of street, which isn't ideal. So that's the job for today. Hopefully I can shred most of the branches up and we can use that for bulking agents. Otherwise I'm going to have to saw them all up and throw them under the hedge again. So a massive branch coming off here, but it was actually rubbing against the street light post, which isn't ideal, I don't think, and like I say, protruding into the street, which isn't great for people walking past. So let's hope I'm doing the right thing, guys.
So last time I trimmed the apple tree, I used this like heel and seal paste um, on the branch right there to protect the tree from any sort of diseases, any fungus or anything that can go into it. It actually worked really well. The trees, as you saw before, the tree is really healthy and produce beautiful fruit, so obviously it does work for us. One top tip though, be careful when a little bit of it is peeled and you put the lid on. I couldn't actually unscrew it, so Beanie needed to help me because I couldn't do it. It's sealed actually, the bottle. So anyway, that's what I'm gonna do with the plum tree as we go, because we're going to cut quite a few branches because they're interlocking, crisscrossing, rubbing, and obviously it's much too big as well. so we don't forget where we cut, we're going to do it as we go. So all you do is just squeeze a little bit and use it a bit like a paint. It's thick green paste, just like that, and that's it, done. The bottle has...
Hasn't even gone over it.
Yes, it went. Look. Yeah, it did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really thick. It's really sticky as well. And it has this sort of brush at the end of it, so it works quite well. Okay. First one done.
A massive difference, guys. Whether I've made a mistake or not, we don't know yet, but from what we can see at the moment, it definitely looks a bit better for us in this garden, and I'm hoping that with us trimming it back so much, next year we're going to get some new growth and it's going to fill out a little bit more but have a nicer shape to it. All we're left with now is a ton of waste that we've got to try and shred down to make into bulking agent. So have a look at how much we've taken off. It's nearly filled the whole garden up, guys. I think we've actually done quite a good job on that tree. We've pruned it right back. It looks a bit severe now, but hopefully come next spring it's going to give us some more blossom, and hopefully, because we've never really had many plums on that tree, hopefully we are going to get a few more plums. And to be honest, when it's the height of a lamppost, you're never going to be able to get up there and pick them anyway, so definitely for us it's a lot better. But like I say, we're not professional gardeners, but one thing we definitely know a lot about is hot bin composting. So if you haven't already subscribed, then have a look on our channel, subscribe, and you'll definitely get some good videos on how to use your hot bin composter, and you'll get it up to temperatures where you've got steam coming out of it like this, and all that trimmings that were taken down from the plum tree will eventually be going in there no matter what. Thank you for watching. Hope this video's helped someone out, give them a bit of a laugh. So if you want to continue seeing our adventures in the garden, then don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, happy composting, and Mrs. B says happy gardening and enjoy.